Alright, in number 11, we have a similar problem to ones that we've done before. We have to distribute. We'll have x's on both sides. We'll have to work through it the same way we did those. The only difference to this one is that we also have decimals. And so, let's see how that works. We're going to start out distributing. Negative 0.2 times 3 is going to give us a negative. Negative times positive is negative 0.6x. Negative 0.2 times negative 8. 2 times 8 would be 16, so 0.2 times 8 would be 1.6, and it's positive. On the right side, 1.6 plus 2x. Alright, so since I have x on both sides, I'm first going to deal with the x's and get them established which side I want the x's on. And so I'm going to pick on the little guy, which is the negative 0.6x. And to zero that out, I'm going to add its opposite. And that leaves me 1.6 on the left side. Then I'm going to add the same thing, 0.6x to the right side. And we get 1.6 plus 2.6x. The x's are in place, so I don't want to worry about that. The next thing that I'm going to do then is to subtract away the 1.6 from both sides. That leaves me 0 is equal to 2.6x. If I want, I can divide both sides by 2.6, but I can see that 0 divided by anything is going to give me 0. And so x has to be 0 in this case. That's the only way that we'll get a solution to this problem. Alright, we'll go on to problem number 12 then. Problem number 12, once again, we'll have to distribute. Looks like we'll have to combine some like terms on the right side, and then we will solve for x. So distribute 3 times x gives me 3x. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. Then on the right side, 2 times x is 2x. 2 times positive 5 is 10, and then we still have a plus x over there. So you can see on the right side, before I do anything subtracting both the same thing from both sides, I have a 2x and an x, and that can be simplified to 3x plus 10 on the right, 3x minus 15 on the left. So the first thing that I want to do is to get my x's on the same side. And you notice the x terms are the same. And if I subtract 3x from either side, or from both sides, I'm going to end up with negative 15 is equal to 10. And that can't be possible ever. So this is a case of no solution. Sometimes when we solve an equation, there's just no value of x that will make it true, not even 0. So we call this no solutions, because negative 15 is never equal to 10, and so there is no value that will make that true. Alright, so we only have one more equation in this set. We'll try to squeeze it into this video here. So we're going to distribute. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times negative 6x is negative 24x. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. So here's a case we have x on both sides. We want to pick on the little guy. We want to get rid of the smallest x term. Well, it looks like 24 is big, but actually it's negative, and so I call that a big loser. It looks big, but it's actually a big loser. So we're going to get rid of the negative 24x, or zero it out by adding its opposite, plus 24x. And that leaves us 12 on the left. Then we have to add 24x on the right. And again, the reason that we do that is it causes our x terms to come out positive. Not always on the left side, but it's always positive, which is usually, for me, easier to work with. So 24x minus 2 gives me a 22x, and then a minus 10. Right? So at this point, I can see that I want to add the opposite of the negative 10. That gives me 22 is equal to 22x. Divide both sides by 22. And so x is simply equal to 1 in this case. And that'll do it for our equation problems. We'll go on to solve some word problems next, but that'll do it for now.